is Darlene, and I have Parkinson's. I am going today to be making some loaded potato soup. I'm starting the night before to get a little bit of the prep done because tomorrow I'm getting my new wheelchair. So by the time you see this, I'll have my new wheelchair. I've got my garbage bowl here. I've got my 2 onions. I'm going to double the recipe. It says that it serves 6 servings. I want to serve 12 servings so that we have leftovers. And I'm just going to cut this up. Now, Claudine's out in the garage. Therefore, Bill's here, but I have to be very careful. And she wouldn't be happy if I was doing it, so I'm going to try and get it done while she's out there. And then it's fait accompli. Now, if I hurt myself, I'm in trouble. So let's see. I need to just dice this onion. This is actually the hardest part I'm going to do is this chopping of the onion. For me, that's the hardest part that I'll be doing. And if I feel like I need help, I can ask Bill. So, I'll take this off. It won't be hard to cut potatoes and a little bit of celery. So, but if I have the everything except the potatoes cut, if I cook the bacon and I cook the onion tonight, then I've got a good start on the soup tomorrow. My home care comes at 9, and my wheelchair comes at 12, and my physical therapist comes at 2:30. So I'm kind of busy during the day tomorrow. So I wanted to have this sort of started. Okay, let me just go here. There, if I can just pull it, that'll be good. Can't feel my fingers, so it's a little harder to pull, but let's get it done. It's my always saying, I can get it done. It'll take me a long time, but I can get it done. Claudine, she left a message on our Alice machine. And at, I don't know, 8 o'clock or whatever it was, when I was supposed to be getting a notification about taking some medicine, it says, I love you even though you're crazy. She said it to both Bill and I. She thinks we're crazy. Bill lost his glasses today. He thinks he might have left them at the lab when he went there, so we have to phone there tomorrow when they're open. See if they're there. Hope they are. Okay. All right, so this is just a little stripe that I gotta take off. All right, you don't need to see me fudge with this a little bit. I'll get this chopped up and then I'll be back. Yeah, get my chair. See how my chair twisted? This old wheelchair is just terrible. Can't wait to get my new one. All right, let's go pause. Okay, I got them peeled and I'm just going to chop them. And if they're not in little tiny bits, they're not little tiny bits. They're in whatever I can get them in. So, now the recipe calls, like I said, I'm going to print the recipe in the description, or have Claudine print the recipe in the description. And it is, I'm doubling that, okay? So it calls for 1 onion, but I'm putting 2. So, you know, I used to be able to do all this stuff so easily. It's really difficult for me to admit that I can't do this now. But I try so hard. All right, okay. Now, let's see. Just about this one. Okay. Just down here. Now, this is just for no reason. I just wanted some soup. So on Friday, I'm going to be making quesadillas for a crowd recipe. And I'm going to be doing it because we're babysitting Finn. Well, Claudine's babysitting Finn in the afternoon. And they're going to come at 5 o'clock to pick them up. Well, if they're coming at 5 o'clock, they might as well stay and have dinner with us. So I asked them, and they said yes. Cal's on call, though, this week, so if he gets called, he has to go. But it's the type of meal that he could grab it and go with it. So, oh, that's not there. That's just, that was my garbage bowl, but it's now going to be my bowl for my chopped onion. So I'll just leave that on the table. I'll come back to it. So let's see. So I'm going to also chop the celery tonight. And, all right, this is not very good, but it's as good as I can get it, so that's what it's going to be. All right, so come on. My chair, do you see how it's turned all the way around practically? Just for me wiggling, the brakes do not work. Okay, so put that there. And this there. All right, one more. There we go. Now let's put this in the bowl, and then I'll chop the other one. Okay. All right. So let's chop this one. Oh, here's this one. Can you see me even? I'd have to pull this way. There you go. Okay. You know, this is cathartic for me. I love to cook, and I haven't been able to do it. And something about cooking food for your family, it just makes you, I make a big mess, but that's all right. It just makes you feel good about doing it. I wanted to show you too. I'm going to be using this spoon. This spoon is my mom's spoon. Every time she made soup, she used that spoon. We used to always joke that the flavor was in the spoon, because none of us could make soup as good as her. So you're darn right I'm making soup with her spoon tonight. I'm putting the flavor in it. Okay. This looks so terrible. But you know, you have to understand, people who have disability, they may do how they can do it. And somebody watching here has this disability and does the same thing as me. And they appreciate seeing somebody else doing it and struggling with it the way they do. I know that for me, knowing that somebody else is doing something, I want to know how they're doing it. I want to know if there's something I do that I could do better. And that's how you learn, is by watching them. Okay, I'm going to finish this, and then I'm going to wind up back in the kitchen, and you'll see me with the bacon. Let's see. Here. Oh, I can't get that to go up. Let me try it again. All right. Okay, I'm back in the kitchen. I'm going to move my chair back just a little bit here. Kind of sitting a little close to you. All right, I want to show you the bacon that I got. We bought it at Sobeys, and it's like all little bits here. Do you see this? It's all little bits. It's all the ends, and it's all chopped up. It was bacon something like this, and it was $8.99 for this whole thing. And it doesn't say how much a pound, but that's got to be 2 pounds. So anyway, I'm going to turn this stove on. Okay, let's see. This is the front. Okay, light, and I'm going to turn it down to about 4 or low medium. I'm going to cook it all because you can't. It came from frozen, and you can't thaw it and then refreeze it, but you can cook it and then freeze it. So, oh dear. So I'm going to cook it all. Take what we need for a generous amount to top it as well. And then I'm going to save the rest of it in the freezer. So I'm going to cut this little piece up that's like that. Okay. And then I'm going to just, I'll bring you back periodically while I'm cooking this so you see it, but I don't want the time to run away from me. So there we go, that's chopped up. I'll get this all in the pot. I'll clean up my mess and then I will come back. All right, so let me do that. I'll clean up my mess and then I'll be back. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to show you what's the pot is cooking, and then I'm going to tell you it's got to cook till it's crispy before I do the next step. So I'm going to get a head start on cutting the celery and the carrots, or not the carrots, the celery and the potatoes. And the potatoes I don't need to use until tomorrow because I'm actually preparing this the night before, just getting the start of it done. So tonight I'm going to put the cut potatoes in, cover them with cold water, put them in the fridge, and they'll be ready for me in the morning. So let's take a look at what's in the pot.
There's a drink.
Yeah. Can you help me just for 1 second? Lift this pot over here. Get some handles from there, and just over so you can show the people what we've got. Oh, don't you want hands? Okay. I'll stay over.
You're going to have to move.
Okay, here, I'll move this. Okay. There we go. There's what's in the pot. We're going to cook that till it's crispy, and then I'm going to just be cutting on some celery right now. So that's cooking, and I'll bring you back. I'm trying not to make this too long.
Put the lid on?
No lid, just I'm going to put this screen here on.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to just pause this if I can. There we go. No. Just want to pause. Okay, let's go. Okay, back. All right, I've got a paper towel lined plate. I'm going to lift the crispy bacon onto it and set it aside. Now let me just show you how much we've got, and I am going to freeze some of it. We need some for the bottom and some for the top of the soup, but I don't need it all. So I'm going to freeze some of it, and the stuff I freeze I will use to make other soup or omelets. So let's put it in here. Okay, I don't want to make a big mess here, but all right. Okay, some of it's not as crispy, but that's all right. These are the new pots that I bought. I owed Claudine a pot because I had wrecked one of her pots, and I owed her a pot, and I really liked it, so I bought a whole set. But I bought them individually so I could pick what I wanted. And I said to Claudine, I've never had such nice pots. Well, we've never had such nice pots. I mean, they're not just mine, they're everybody's. Claudine does most of the cooking now. I only get to do it when they sneak in here. So, let's see. Now, that's just about all out. And then I'm going to drain the bacon fat that's in here. There's not much bacon fat considering the bacon we used. But I'm going to drain the bacon fat into this one now. Let me see. I don't think you can see. Oh, all you could see was my back. I'm so sorry. I'm a lousy vlogger. Good gosh. All right, I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put this down here. Okay, this is going to drain for a little bit, and then I'm going to divide it up into the containers that I need. Top, bottom, and freezer. And this is going to be the excess bacon grease, okay? So, ouch! Ouch! Oh no, don't do that. Alright, just because Bill did it, I shouldn't have done it. Alright, let me come back and get mittens. Or pot holders or something. Okay, here we go. Okay, here's mittens. It was the underneath part that was hot, not the handles. The handles are not hot, but the underneath part sure was. Oh, dear me. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so let's put this on. You know, my granddaughter, Ivy, ordered a parcel from Amazon today. And she said that she lived in the basement at the rear. And they usually leave her parcels at the front. We notified her that her parcel had been left, and it wasn't at the front door. She noticed it wasn't at the front door. And so Claudine went out back to see. They had thrown it over the back fence gate and left it in the yard. We were lucky we found it because unless Claudine had looked for it, it would have never been found out where it was. I couldn't believe it. Okay, how am I going to do this? This is where I would ask Claudine, Second. Bill? I need you to come and drain this grease. I'm going to pause you while Bill comes and drains the grease for me. Okay. Okay, we got the bacon all draining here. We put the bacon grease. This is gold. You keep this bacon grease. This is gold to use. Okay, so this here, I'm setting aside to solidify. I haven't got my celery diced yet. This pot is on medium high, and they've asked me to put the onions into it now and cook it for 7 minutes. So I'm going to put the onions in, and then we're going to cook for 7 minutes. Now let me see. Here's my spoon. All right, so I'm going to come back. Mama, bring me luck. All right. Here's the spoon, and here's my onions. Okay, I don't want to drop this. These bowls here, I'm very bad for dropping. So, all right, so there we are. Okay, so now I'm going to put this bowl in the sink. So this is plastic, it's Melmac, but for some reason I can't hold on to these bowls very good. Okay, so that's going in there. And this is going to go back on there. We said medium high. I'm going to put it down right at medium because this gas range cooks very fast. So give that a stir. All right, and there it is. 7 minutes. See you back. It'll only be a second for you. It's 7 minutes for me. Okay, I read the recipe wrong. I don't put bacon back in. I only use bacon on the top. It's the flavor of the bacon in the pan, and I use it. So I got to divide this into what's for top and what's for freezer. Okay, so I wanted to let you know that. Okay, my onion is translucent. I just realized my pot is probably not big enough, and I don't think I have a bigger one. I think this is the biggest one. I might have to divide it into 2 pots. We'll see, if I divide it into 2 pots, I could give Ivy a pot. Maybe I'll do that. Let me get a pot out here. And it won't be a big pot, but it will be a pot big enough. Alright, so let's take this pot here. And let's make this one for Ivy. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put this in. Now I'm going to take some of this onion and put it over here. And then I'm going to add butter and garlic. So let me just get some of the stuff over here. All right, I'm going to take a spoonful of the bacon grease. Okay. A spoonful of the bacon grease. Okay. All right, come on there, don't fall. Okay, there we go. Oh, this smells so good, people. I wish you could smell it. I wish we had smell-o-vision. All right, so we put a little bit of bacon grease in here. Okay, so here we go. Okay, there we go. I don't want too much bacon grease because I just want to cook it a little bit. Oh, I'm going to take some of this here and put it in here. Okay, so you see I have no ability to stand up on my own. I have to lean against things. So let's put this in here. Okay, like this. All right, so there we go. Now let's get this on here for her. All right, so this is going to go on low, and this is going to go on low. Low. Let's see. This is rear, this is front. Okay, light. Now I'm going to bring it down to low. Right down there. All right, so now we're supposed to add in the butter. I'll give you the recipe on the description, but I'm just going to put it in here. Need 2 tablespoons of butter for the original recipe, so I'm putting in 4. Okay, so this in here is what's going into mine. That one's going into mine. And this is going to Claudine, or into Ivy's. Alright, okay. Alright, there. Okay, so this one's going into Ivy's. Right. Oh dear, that's going to catch fire. Oh my gosh, get that out of there. Come on, get that out of there, Gurney. Oh my god. Oh, I'm gonna do that. Turn this off. Alright, turn this off. Alright, come on. Take the cloth and get that white. I'm gonna turn you off while I do it. Don't have to see me panic. Okay. Okay, Bill's gonna finish chopping this celery for me. I'm gonna move out of his way. And I'm going to be making a separate small pot for Ivy because she asked if she could have some for tomorrow. So I've got this cooking on low, has butter in there, and it says to add a generous amount of garlic. So that's what I'm going to do now, and add a generous amount of garlic. So. Okay. I'm going to go like this. Okay, so like this. Okay. Okay. That's a generous amount of garlic. So put that in there. That's going to cook for a couple of minutes because they said cloves, and I don't have cloves, so I use granulated garlic. All right. Now, once that's in there, I have to add some flour to make a roux. It calls for 1/3 of a cup of flour, and I'm going to divide mine. I'm making double up, and I'm going to divide it between the two pots. So I'm going to make a roux with this. Okay, so what is my measure here? This is a, can they see anything? Yes, they can see your back, but he's wearing a nice shirt. Oh, I dropped something. Okay, so this is what is this? This is a half a cup, I think. This is a half a cup, so 1/3. It's going to be less than that, so there's 1/3. And this one here is another third. Put some there. And the rest there. Okay. So, Bill, after he's finished with the...
How's that?
Very good, thank you.
Where do you want it?
Just on that board there. And now I've got a big mess here. I'm going to pause, clean the counter, and I'm going to have you put the flour away while I stir the roux, and then I'm going to add milk and broth. Okay, I'm just going to turn the camera off so I can clean up this mess. I'm a real clean as I go person.
Sometimes.
Oh, sometimes. Most of the time. Okay, let me just get this turned off here. I gotta get this over here. Come on.
Okay, there.
Claudine just caught me. She came in. She saw me. She immediately started wanting to do it, and I said, no, go back out with Ivy. She's out talking with Ivy. I said, you go back out with Ivy. I'm doing just fine. I was putting the second pot for Ivy because I didn't think I'd have enough room in this pot. This pot turns out to be a very big pot, and I didn't need it. So I put hers back in here, and we added our celery. Okay, so now it's cooking on medium-low, and I'm just going to take 2, 4, 6 potatoes. I think the recipe called for 2 pounds, and I need about 4 pounds. We had a 10-pound bag, so I just estimated, and this is what the potatoes that it's getting. So I'm going to cut these up while this is simmering, and I'll let you see me starting to cut them up, and then we'll show you after I got that done. And then it's got to cook then, of course, till it's completely tender, and then it will be waiting then for me to do something else with it. So let me just put this here. Okay. I'm going to cut these in half so that they don't roll around. I better not cut myself with bloody. I'll just have to hide. All right, so there's a couple of them cut. And I'll cut 3 of them, and then I will put them in the pot and get them started. So this is hard. All right, so let's go here. This is the struggle that I have. Like, it's not lack of wanting to do it. It's the ability. I can't control my hands. I have very little feeling in my hands. So I have trouble doing this stuff. I may have to get Bill to make them cut in half. I told him he didn't have to do any more. Okay.
Yeah.
I got 3 of them cut in half. All right. So let's try this one here. All right. No, I'm gonna hurt myself, Bill. I can't do that. There, I got 4 of them that need to be cut in half. So he's gonna come and cut those in half for me, and I'm gonna get them into the pot cooking, and we'll be back.
What kind of soup is this?
Okay, I've frozen up, so I'm going to stop for the night. The potatoes are cooking in the pot. All the ingredients are in it except for the toppings and cheese and sour cream. So what I'm going to do is cook this until it's done. Tomorrow morning I'll warm it up, add the sour cream, add the cheese, and then we top it with bacon and another dollop of sour cream and chives. So I'll let you see that part tomorrow. You might not see the cheese and sour cream, but you will see the topping of it and whatnot. But I've slowed down completely here, and I can't continue on. So I'm going to have to just let this simmer and have Claudine turn the pot off, and I'm going to go to bed. All right, thank you. I'll be back tomorrow. Next day, we're ready to just do the finishing touches. So Claudine's going to plug the whizzer in for me. I don't know what the actual call is. What is it?
It's an immersion blender.
Immersion blender. So I'm going to use the immersion blender, but I'm not blending it completely because I don't like baby food. I like to have a little bit of substance. So I'm going to show you right now. The potatoes are like big hunks. Can you see that there? Yeah, big hunks. So I'm going to just use the whizzer for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to add some other ingredients. I'll take this away from the flame. All right, so can you plug me in? Where would be good for plugging in? Oh, I'm going to pause while we plug in. We decided that the immersion blender was going to be quite loud, so Claudine just did it for a few minutes. Not a few minutes, like just a little bit. So we've got now a very nice consistency to our soup. We're going to do the final little bits. We're going to put in about a cup of cheese. Cheese. And can I have the sour cream jug? And we're going to put in some sour cream. I can't. Maybe you want to
Get a glump?
2 glumps.
2 glumps. That's 1 glump. And
2 glumps. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to stir this in, and then when we go to top our bowls of soup after this is melted, we have bacon, cheese, green onions, and sour cream. So we'll show you a bowl when it's all topped. And I'm just going to say I've got my new wheelchair, and I'm going to do a video tomorrow to show everybody all about it. I don't have all the parts to it yet. There's a couple parts coming still, but we've got most of it. Okay, we're going to let this go. I'm going to just pause this, and we'll be back when we're ready. Here's our lovely presentation.
I wonder if you can aim it down into the bowl.
There you go. It's nice and thick. And I wonder if I take a
Loaded
spoon,
baked
if I can
potato
show
soup.
how thick that is. Because it's really lovely. Okay, there we go.
Just to show.
You can see that's lovely and thick. Very nice. Okay, hope you're having a great day. We're going to go and enjoy some soup. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.